Hey guys, it's Sue here and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys saw my last video, you guys saw how I've just been enjoying a makeup-free life, going really simple, just not really putting on any makeup. And I also told you guys that I'm really into skincare nowadays. I think I finally found the joy of doing the skincare routine. I mean, I've always loved skincare products, but I think now I really truly appreciate and find it really therapeutic for some reason. So I've just been really into skincare products. I've been testing out a lot. I've been testing out a lot of products and I just want to share them with you guys because I think they're great. They're especially great for if you have combination to oily skin. But to be honest, now that it's so hot and humid, I think these will work on all types of skin, to be honest. It's a pretty long list, so let's get started. The first product is this mist right here. This is the Institut Esthederm Paris. It's the Eau Cellulaire Spray. I'm not gonna even try, guys. I'm sorry, I failed. But this is a water cellular spray. It has no perfume, no coloring, and so the content itself is very, very soothing. It's very gentle. Great if you have, sensitive skin. But what I love about this is the spritz or the nozzle. So I've had my fair share of mists. I'm crazy about mists, and I discovered myself to really reach out for mists that have a great spraying power. And this one has amazing nozzles. So it's in between what in Korean we call it 안개 분사, so which means it kind of gives you like a foggy overall kind of spritz, and 직분사 is more like that straight to the point, right? This is like right in between, so it kind of gets to the point, but it also makes sure to spray all over the face as well. Actually, let me spray some of this right now. And what I love about this is once you hold this down, once you press it, the content, it will keep on spraying, so you don't have to press it like every time. This is the first thing that I spray on myself every single morning to wake myself up. It's super refreshing. It's gentle, it's soothing, it's like, it feels like water, but it doesn't evaporate on your skin, which is great. So I highly recommend this one. Now this one is a little expensive. I do believe this was like 30,000 won, right? So it's pretty expensive. So an alternative that I also love is this Neogen Serum Spray to Dermadeca. This is obviously a travel size, but the full size retails for 15,000 won. So I think that's pretty affordable, right? This is 80% hydrogen and it just feels like you're spraying on water. It's soothing but doesn't evaporate at the same time. I guess for this one though, you have to like press it down every time you want to spritz, as opposed to this one where you can just spray, keep holding it down and it will do the job. This one you kind of have to do it every single time. But that's a very, very small downside compared to how affordable this is. So if you're looking for something a little affordable, I do recommend this one. The next product is indeed this Hera Aqua Recharging Sleeping Mask. And yes, this is the product that I showed you guys in my last video. I absolutely love this product. This sleeping mask has to be one of the most refreshing yet moisturizing sleeping masks I ever tried. So the Laneige sleeping mask, that's like a cult, right? Everyone loves it, but I just don't reach out for it right now because I just feel like it's a little too heavy on my skin when it's this hot. So a great alternative that I found was this Hera mask, sleeping mask. It's super refreshing, it's super cooling, but it's super moisturizing. So the next day your skin, it feels recharged with moisture and it feels plump. So I actually really do like this one. Another great skincare product that I think is just absolutely amazing for summer is this Cosrx Hydrogel Very Simple Pack. Yeah, pack. It's just pack, guys. So these are just small masks of hydrogel, and like its name, it's so simple. You just plop it out, slap it on your face, and you're good. So as you guys know, I have a pretty sensitive skin when it comes to material and texture touching my skin. So sometimes if I'm not careful, sheet masks can just break me out. They give me these like rashes, not rashes, but bumps, like major red bumps. And so ever since that happened, I've just been resorting to a hydrogel because they're not only non-irritant, they're soothing and they retain the coolness for a longer period of time, I've noticed. But the downside of hydrogel is that it's pretty pricey, so it's not something that I can just slap on whenever I want to. But this one right here, it's perfect to do that. I just plop two of them, slap that on my cheeks because my cheeks get really red once my face gets heated, and it just cools it down. And I leave it on for 5 minutes, so I think this is a great product to use in the summer. Alright, now moving on to essence/toners. The first product I have here is this Biotherm Life Plankton Clear Essence. This is their latest released, newest version of the Life Plankton Essence, and it is pretty pricey, and I've noticed that I think they reduced the size of it. Am I right, guys? I'm not sure. It seems smaller than my other other Life Plankton essence. But anyways, for me, this works better than the original Life Plankton essence because this actually has exfoliating properties. So what I would do is douse this on the cotton and just wipe it gently across my face, and it seems to exfoliate and kind of get rid of the dead cells for the day. It's nothing too aggravating, it's nothing too harsh, so I do use it every day if I can. The scent of it isn't quite... It's not as nice as the original Life Plankton essence, but I still love using this. It's super refreshing, it's super light, and I just love it to exfoliate my face on a daily basis without completely irritating it. The next product is this. I'm from Mugwort essence, and I've showed you guys in the summer specials, and oh my gosh, can you guys see? I'm almost done with it. I kind of refrain myself from using it because I don't want to use it all up already. This is 100% mugwort extract water, so unless you're allergic to mugwort, this will work amazing. This is just such a hydrating essence. It's watery, it's light, it absorbs awesome on your skin. And what I love to do, like I showed you guys in my summer specials, I like to put this on like a separate spritzing bottle, put that in the fridge, and just kind of wake myself in the morning with that. I think it's just a good, simple essence that won't bother your skin, that won't irritate. Seriously, it's only got one ingredient. So when I showed you guys this first time, I thought it was already out and available, but it turns out it wasn't. Now it is available worldwide at Olive Young, so if you can get your hands on this one and the mask, guys. The mask is so cooling, so refreshing. If you guys can get your hands on it, definitely check it out. The next one is this Mamonde Rose Water Toner, and I'm kind of cheating with this one because it hasn't been that long since I've used it, but I love this so much. This is also kind of like another cult in Korea. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people with sensitive skin love and use the heck out of this, like bottles after bottles. This is basically a 90% rose water. It's super hydrating. It's not completely just like liquidy water. It does have a bit of weight to it. And I guess one of the great things about this one is that it's affordable. The ingredient list isn't too cray-cray, and I think this is just one that you can use the whole year round. The only downside is that even though as much as I love the rose scent, I do feel like the scent is a little tad overwhelming. I feel like, whoa, that's a bit too much. I feel like they should have kind of toned it down to 50%, and that would have been like just perfect. But yeah, that's the only downside I have of this, but I think this is a great product. Moving on to the category of serums and ampoules. So the first one is this Indeed Innisfree, the green tea seed serum. Come on guys, you saw this coming, right? I mentioned this so many times on my videos, my channels, that I feel bad for mentioning this again. But there's a reason why this keeps on popping back on my videos, and it's because it's that good. This has got to be the lightest serum that I ever used. So if you especially have oily skin but you need something to hydrate your skin through the hot summer, this baby is the one for you. The packaging looks a little different because this was a limited edition from last year, but it's the same content. And I heard that they also renewed it, but to be honest, I haven't tried the new one out. But I heard that it's similar, except that that one has more concentration of green tea. Like I said, it's probably the lightest serums that I ever tried, but it's still concentrated. It's not like a lotion where it's like lagging. And this one is definitely concentrated, so I highly recommend this one. Guys, my gosh, this Thank You Farmer True Water Deep Toner is like my favorite, my ultimate favorite right now. I absolutely love the heck out of this one. So like I mentioned in my last video, I really enjoyed the True Water Deep Serum. I remember what it was called. But that one is pretty heavy to use in the summer. But this toner is unbelievably amazing. I don't think it should be called a toner. I just feel like this should be called like a light serum or light ampoule because it does have a bit of weight to be called a toner. I don't see it as toner at all. I just directly kind of spray this all over my face, patch it in. So if you want to see this in action in detail, make sure to check out my last video. And the great side is this is actually not that cray-cray in the price range. This retails for 30,000 won. The deep serum is actually, that one is actually pricey. I think that one is like 48,000 won or something like that. So that one's pricey, but this is 30,000 won, and I think that's a decent price. You're getting a lot of product. I love slapping this on, and it just feels like a light serum that will just hydrate your face, make your skin plump. The next one is, of course, the Laneige Water Bank Hydro Essence. I've also shown this quite a few times on my channel now, right? The Water Bank line of Laneige is really popular, and for a good reason. During the summer times, I think this is actually appropriate for all skin types from dry to oily. It's moisturizing, it's light, it absorbs beautifully into the skin without leaving a sticky residue whatsoever. So I think the Laneige one is excellent. Moving on to the last section, which are the creams. So I'm going to be showing you guys 4 creams that I've just been loving and I think are great to use in the summer. The first one is in the continuation of Laneige Water Bank. This is the Water Bank Gel Cream. I showed you guys this in my last video and a couple of videos before. It's just a nice gel type textured cream, and because it's gel type, it doesn't feel like it's clogging up. It doesn't feel like it's suffocating the skin. This one does carry a scent though, but it's a scent that I actually enjoy. It's nothing too overwhelming that gives me a headache, so I actually been loving this one. The next one is this Biotherm AquaSource or Serums gel. I don't know honestly how to pronounce it, and I have mentioned this, shown you guys this countless times on my channel as well. This one is a bit more pricier product, of course, and I've had people tell me that this actually doesn't work for them. Like I said with Biotherm, I think it's actually a hit or a miss. I've seen like people who love Biotherm products, but I've also seen people who just doesn't do it. It's just not for them. So if you're a fan of Biotherm and you love their products, I highly recommend this one. This is pretty widely known, right? It's pretty popular. It's just a clear type gel texture, and I'm already halfway through it and I ordered a new one, a backup. It definitely feels more tense and firm on the skin compared to the Laneige Water Bank. I feel like the Laneige Water Bank one is more like, it has a hint of that lotion texture feeling, but this is a really light gel type. But they both absorb onto the skin beautifully, so don't worry. I feel like they could have toned it down a bit. It is a very strong scent, and I feel like not everyone would enjoy it. It's a very sharp scent. For me, it reminds me of my dad's cologne for some reason. One thing I want to mention about gel creams or gel types in general is that make sure, I mentioned this in my last video, but make sure to use only a small amount at a time and kind of layer it, as opposed to, you know, applying heaps of it at one go, because it will pile and it will kind of rub off like those white kind of flakiness. So make sure to use a small amount, really pat it in, especially when it comes to gel, because they give you that impression that they've already been absorbed into skin but actually haven't. So make sure to pat it in real well. Work out your biceps while you're at it. The next product in the cream category is this Nature Republic Super Aqua Max Combination Watery Cream. This is definitely for dry to combination skin in the summer. It does have more of that hydrating power, and it says it's more suitable for a combination skin type. So as you guys know, I have combination skin myself. I do have kind of dry cheek areas and then I have oily T-zone, so this works perfectly on my skin. Unlike the first 2 gel creams that I showed, this isn't completely transparent. It does have more of that cream feel to it, the more traditional cream feel to it, but it's still light. It still absorbs really nicely onto the skin. Last but definitely not least, this is the Primera oil-free gel cream. And wow, the texture of this is really fun, I think. First of all, this is like its name, it's a gel cream as well, but I think out of all the creams that I'm showing you guys, this has got to be the lightest. I was actually lucky enough to attend the event explaining this cream, and they told us that they had to renew the formula because they didn't want any bad ingredients according to the standard of EWG. So they had to reformulate the whole thing, and that's why the formula is as it is. The formula feels like pudding. It's so fun. It feels like jello. It literally feels and looks like jello, but once you spread it out, it absorbs beautifully into the skin. So don't worry, you guys. It's nothing weird. It really does make the whole skincare routine really fun. Like you can guess from its name, it's oil-free gel cream. So it's like the other ones that I showed you guys. It's light. It's oil-free. There is not a single hint of oiliness in this one. So it's great, especially if you have really oily skin. I think this is the baby for you. The only downside to this one is the scent it's quite exquisite, I must say. It's quite peculiar. It smells like pine cones. Pine cones, woodland. It smells like Christmas, to be honest. It really does have that woody smell. So if you're not a big fan of that, you know. I personally find the scent to be refreshing, you know, in contrast to all the sweet smelling scents. So I actually find it refreshing in my skincare routine. But yeah, definitely make sure to check out the smell first before repurchasing. So that was a very long list. I'm sorry if I wasn't so like detailed and meticulous of every single product. I just wanted to show you guys so many products, but I didn't, at the same time, didn't want to make you guys sit down for like 45 minutes and just listen to me talk on and on. So I tried to be concise and brief at the same time so that we could just speed through them. That was it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next. Ciao! Man, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.